Welcome back to day two of Sparks in the Darkness. Today we're going to learn a Gemara in Kesubis, Samach Beis Amar Aleph, that teaches us the power and importance of recognizing, believing, and embracing the pain that does come along sometimes with being part of the Am HaNevkar, being part of the Jewish people. The Gemara tells us an interesting story. Hahu Yisrael the Goy Tahavu ka'azle ba'orcha bahade hadade. There was a Jew and a Gentile that were walking together down the street. Now, the Gemara does not give us a very clear explanation or understanding what the nature of the relationship between these two individuals was, but we understand they were walking together on the streets. And lo imsai goy lasagoye bahade Yisrael. Evidently, as they were walking, the Gentile discovered that he was not able to keep up with the Jewish person. So he said, "Okay, how do I slow him down so that I can keep up with him?" So Ad Kure Churban Beis Hamikdash, he decides to remind him about the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. And the goal was, in reminding him of this horrible, difficult time for the Jewish people, that would slow him down because he would pause for a moment, he would mourn, and as he thought about this terrible memory of what had taken place for the Jewish nation. But all of a sudden, he sees that he still can't catch up to him. After he says, "Hey, remember the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash?" He was assuming that there would be a slowdown, but there wasn't. And so he says, Amrle, he says to him, La amrisu anacha shoveres chatzi gufo shel adam. Don't we believe that when a person experiences a moment of sorrow, that slows them down? They have to process it. It's natural that it should break the person a little bit. Says the Jew back to him, Hani mili milsa chadite. This is true when there is something that is new, something that is unusual, something that you weren't expecting. Aval hada shnanba, but this that is already so known. We know that as a nation we suffer so frequently. La, this doesn't slow us down. An unusual conversation for an important time period that we are in our calendar year. I believe that there's two or three messages that we can take out of this Gemara. The first is recognizing, believing, and understanding that no pain that the Jewish people face is ever new. It's always a new face, always a new reason, always a new perspective, but it's always from the same basis of anti-Semitism. All the horrors that we are facing today in 5785 are no different than they were 2,000 years ago when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, no different when the first Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, no different in the times of the Shoah, of the Holocaust in the middle of the 20th century. It's all the same anti-Semitism, just with a different face. And the Gemara comes to tell us that although the pain is horrific, to understand that this is part of what it means to be the Jewish people. The Kol Dor Vador, Om de Maleno Lechaloteno, every single generation they come stand up against us, but Kadosh Baruch Hu Matzilino Miyadam, but Hashem will always save us from them. That's the first message. The pain, unfortunately, is a constant in our story of the Jewish nation. Second lesson is that this pain can make us stronger. Most people that experience pain, it slows them down. Our nation, when we experience pain, since unfortunately we are so used to it, it doesn't slow us down. It actually can make us stronger. The last message is that that's what this time period is all about. The 3 weeks is a time of immense sorrow and mourning, but the goal is not to just sit in a pool of despair, but it's to lean into the sorrow, accept it, embrace it, because when you do that, that's how you begin to rebuild. And so let's lean into the sadness of the time period of the 3 weeks in order that we should have the strength to rebuild our Jewish people to the glory and splendor of what God willing can be in the times of Mashiach. Wishing everyone a beautiful day.